Good afternoon, beautiful souls. I'm feeling much better today. It's amazing what a little 12 to 24 hour turnaround does to someone. But anyway, thanks again all for your well wishes and all that sort of jazz. I really appreciate it. I'm not on camera because I'm still in my jammies. It's school holidays here, all right? Don't pick on me. School holidays here, so I've just been spending the morning clearing my energies, cleansing my spaces, doing all that wonderful jazz in my physical environment. But I felt inspired to get on and do this video today because I know, and I'm in with yous, guys. I'm in with yous that this karmic cleanup energy is really starting to take its toll on a few people. So, I mean, I'm feeling it too. I'm very blessed and lucky, though, that I have the skills, the strategies, the tools, and the knowings, and obviously my protectors and my guides working really fiercely with me at the moment, because there is no way they're going to allow me to dip my energy for anyone. But I wanted to come on and give you a little bit of encouragement. And this type of video will be the same type of video and pep talk that I will offer you guys in my Law of Attraction mentorship group in the membership, which is opening up next Monday. It's just where I talk to you like human to human, from person to person, but from soul to soul. So here's a little snippet. Here's a little bit of an example. I'll put it out in the public, but next week, you have to be a member member to view it. Anyway, so as I sort of have been saying over the last week or two, we are all going through a massive karmic cleanup. And even though karma is real and it's at play in our lives every single day, from the moment that we're born to the moment that we croak it and return back to non-physical and go back to that blissful state of peace and love among beings, karma doesn't go away. What you put out to the universe comes back to you. The only difference at the moment is that all the astrological alignments and all the influential energy around in the ethereals and all that sort of stuff, excuse me, it's really amping that up. It's really amping it up. And I know a lot of you are struggling. I wanted to quickly give you guys a bit of a self-talk, I suppose. This is what I say to myself to help me shift out of any sort of injustice that I feel like I'm going in. Yesterday was very profound for me, and I shared that publicly and openly about my disappointment and my anger and my frustration in the dipshits that are in this world. This is the little devil side of Dan that you will see in the membership group. This is how I talk. Just because you hear my words, it doesn't mean that my energy is, or my feelings towards it is less than. It's actually being said in a very upbeat way. It's just the way that I communicate. I'll explain more in there. But anyway, so I understand that a lot of you, this can be happening to you yourself as an individual, or this can be happening, you could be on the receiving end of energies around you at the moment who are going through this sort of release and replace type process at the moment. So if you have people per se around you at the moment that are lying, cheating, stealing, taking advantage, just generally manipulating you in some type of way, whether this is mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, anything like that, if you can agree to that, if you can acknowledge that, that means that you're aware. Your consciousness is aware that something ain't right, that something isn't sitting right, that it doesn't make sense. You know, if it's not common sense, because common sense ain't that common these days, if it's not sitting right in your vibration, it's really important that you take a step back for yourself and have a look into that for you. If you get really stuck, obviously, book in for a reading or book in for a session. I can help you, walk you through that energy, so to speak. But if you're in a position to seek the help and you want to do it yourself and be a bit like me, self-taught, spirit-led, all that sort of stuff, it's really important at the moment for you to go back to your self-worth. You will have a range of emotion that comes up from it. Seriously, you will feel angry one minute, you'll feel like revengeful, you'll feel spiteful, you'll feel all those things. And then all of a sudden you go back and your ego may say to you, oh, it's not that bad, and then you'll start making excuses and try to excuse the influence that other people are trying to have on you. Try to make excuses for it. This will usually trigger up those wounds that you actually have. They can be abandonment wounds. They can be, God, what else could they be? Your fear of being alone or anything. It'll bring up something. I was talking to a friend last night about this, and it's difficult for me to relay energy because a lot of what is going on at the moment is a psychological thing, and I'm not a psychologist. That's not my forte. I'm not a professional psychologist or anything, but I understand the energetic psychology of a lot of things, why people do the things they do. I can see through people. I can read them like a book. I can tap into their soul. And if you are very intuitive like me and you do the same thing, it's very, very hard to find peace or find acceptance with people in your life if you know them to be different on a soul level, but their behaviors and their actions and their attitudes and all that sort of jazz is showing you otherwise. So you have a bit of a to and fro, type of energetic to and fro with that energy, if this is making sense. So this can be with your family members, it can be with co-workers, it can be with intimate partners, it can be with anybody. But I'm noticing a lot of people at the moment are really taking the brunt of other people's shitty behavior, of being treated less than, of being manipulated, of being sidetracked, of being and accepting bare minimum and way less than they deserve. So if that's you right now and you really want to take your power back a little way, please feel free to tap into the true emotion of it, which will probably be anger and resentment. It's okay for you to be angry and resentful and cry your little heart out and rage and do all that sort of stuff. That's part of the process. That's how you release energy from your physical self, from your mental self, all that, you go through the process. Please don't pinch yourself off to the point that it becomes a traumatic thing for you. Trust me, I am probably 3/4 of the way healing my own CPTSD, so I understand where you're at, especially if you're fresh and raw and you're just coming into awareness that your soul and spirit knows you deserve more and you're selling for sloppy seconds and less than you deserve and to be treated like a piece of shit. You've got to come into a level of awareness where you just won't tolerate it anymore, and you have to go through those feelings. You have to get angry and frustrated. So please see things for what they are right now, because the truth is staring you in the face. But most of all, you're staring yourself in the face because your soul knows you deserve better. And sometimes people just don't know how to go about doing that. And that's what my mentorship group is going to be about. Helping you from where you are to slowly shift that energy, because it's not something that can just be changed overnight. I'm noticing a lot of people at the moment, when it comes to connections especially, that, God bless them, people are having their epiphanies. They're stepping into a high level of awareness. It's kind of like, oh shit, I didn't really treat that person well, or holy dooly, that person's not treating me very well, or whatever it is. They spend like a week or two in distance and absence and all that sort of stuff. They get that higher level of awareness and sort of go, shit, they may give an apology, you may receive an apology, you may get something like that. But at the end of the day, it hasn't gained enough momentum yet. And it's so easy for souls and spirits, and especially humans, to slip back into old behaviors when they feel like they haven't got a really strong momentum going within their spirit. So just be very, very cautious and mindful of that. I am seeing a lot of karmic connections reoccurring and coming back together, and it's, yeah, not easy for a psychic energy reader to watch. And but that's just what's happening. So feel the feelings. Most of all at the moment, feel the feelings and come back to yourself, because once you do that, you will know and get more clarity on what it is that you do want. So if you've got someone around you, they're inconsistent, you can just tell them their energy, that what they're saying is not true. If they're trying to feed your ego, or they're trying to butter you up, or anything like that, I would really encourage you not to feed that right now. Actions, 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 inspired actions, not actions because I want something or because it's for a self-serving reason. Inspired action is what you need right now. So unless anyone around you is going to show you evidence of that, I would really encourage you to release it. Release it. Keep working on yourself. Keep tapping into yourself. I like to see both sides of the fence because I'm an energy reader. You know, everything is cause and effect. Everything is like attracts like. So if you are manifesting something into your reality, I wanted to talk on the other side of the fence, but they're not allowing me to. I feel like I need to talk to those who are really struggling at the moment, releasing any residual energy or any active energy that's happening in your life right now where you feel that if you were to release it, that you are going to enter a state of lack or scarcity, or, you know, that you're not good enough. It's going to really affect your ego. And ego is a really good thing. It's everyone has ego, but it's better. You're better off having a very healthy ego than one that needs to be fed and watered, or to be around others where theirs need to be fed and watered. So you owe nobody nothing at the end of the day. The only person that you owe anything to is yourself. You really need to step back into your power at this given time. Once again, if you need support with that, come and join the membership. It's going to be really, really affordable. I will help you. I will be doing pep talks like this as the need arises. I will be doing live exclusive videos for you guys. I am currently creating a little welcome package for you to get your journey started. So you will receive that complimentary when you do join. But at the end of the day, while the current energies are how they are, all I can really do is to encourage you at the moment is come back to self, is to really come back to yourself. It is lonely and it is isolating, and I wish I could do more to help you because I know what it's like. I'm doing it myself. But if you have people around you, what helped me in my mindset when I finally woke up and realized that people were really, really becoming energetic vampires on me, or expecting me to change and shift who I was as a person to suit their needs and stuff like that. Because as I worked on my confidence and my self-esteem, and Spirit gave me that higher awareness, I started off with this little mindset that, oh, well, it sucks to be you. It sucks to be you because you have no power over me. This is all this knowing and knowledge, and that I will share with you in the group. But anyway, I used to just say, oh, well, it sucks to be you. And a lot of people go, oh, that's mean, that's cruel and all that sort of stuff. But it's not. It's self-respect. It's self-integrity. It's knowing what I'm worth. It's knowing that my dreams and my desires and my passions far outweigh what anybody outside of me is doing. And I don't allow that. The only time, seriously, hand on heart, that I participate in anything is because I generally say fuck yes to it. Everything else is a fuck no. And when you actually stabilize, get that introspection, and you stabilize it, maintain it for yourself, I can guarantee you guys, I'll help you do it, that life will get a whole lot more easier. And when shit does hit the fan like it did for me yesterday, Only because, you know, my mum and my brother were the two people that I turned to. They had unconditional support. They'd tell me to pull my friggin' head in when I was being a douchebag, and I'd tell them they're a douchebag, and we had this really healthy sort of dynamic without any insult or I'm not talking to you for a week or whatever. Yeah, I've only got one friend on my planet, and that's Kim, that I can actually do that with. And I had to take the time yesterday to dismantle and transmute that energy and shift it into something better. So if you're struggling with that, obviously join the membership and join the mentorship. But whatever you do right now, please don't entertain any unwanted things. Don't entertain it. I'm really, it's not my business, but I'm an energy reader and I see both sides of the fence. But those who have been putting bad karma out there, they're going to get theirs, guys. I can't help. They can't dodge it. I get tongue-tied on it because I am generally don't want anything to happen to anybody. Like, it's not what doing light work's about, but at the end of the day, it's cause and effect. They can't dodge it. So don't be part of their shadow death, their ego death, unless you're in a healthy, high vibe, safe vibrational space to hold space for them and not get involved in it energetically. So, yeah. So I don't know whether that made any fucking sense. I don't even know whether I'll post that, but I had to say it. I had to say it because a lot of people, honestly, they're turning to substances. They're latching onto unhealthy situations. They've got this huge expectation that everybody else needs to change so they feel better. They're trying to seek the answer from the source of the problem. If you're waiting for someone just to tell you that one little sentence from the horse's mouth that's going to make you feel better, if they're in their ego, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. And I'm really sorry to tell you that, but it's just not going to happen because half the people out there roaming this world don't even think they're doing anything freaking wrong. They seriously don't. And if you're a kind, compassionate person, you will never psychologically understand why people do the shit they do and to who they do it to. The main thing at the moment is that you've got to stop allowing it. You've got to stop allowing it. You've got to face that shadow part of yourself of dependency. Why are you depending on them? What are they offering you? I literally had a conversation with someone yesterday and they were freely expressing everything that they did not like about something. And that doesn't fit. This doesn't fit. I don't like it when they do that. And I said, okay, let's flip the switch. Tell me some wonderful things that they do. What keeps you there? What makes you stay there? You know, and all that. And they couldn't answer that question. And I was just thinking about that before I jumped on and hit the record. That's what I'm talking about right now. If I could ask you, and if you really want to change your life, do a bit of quiet introspection, look at the issue at hand that's active in your life, and ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? Why am I thinking what is clearly not valuable in my life, that isn't adding value to my life, that isn't stimulating my senses, that isn't growing with me, that isn't expanding with me, that doesn't want to have frisky little adventures with me, that doesn't want to, you know, take a more lighthearted approach, all those type of things. Why the fuck am I holding on to it? That's what you need to ask yourself. Why? Why are you holding on to it? Why is it so important to you? And if you really struggle with that, you may need to see a counselor or a psychologist to understand the psychological component as to why you're accepting what you're accepting. But if you're a bit more of a realist and you can see what it is, you're just really struggling to release it, you can do a process where you can actually write on a piece of paper. On the left-hand side of the paper, you can write down all those negative aspects of the situation that you're really heavily indulging your energy into. Write all those things down on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, write down all those things that you would prefer. What's your preference? If you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So write down all your preferences on the right-hand side, rip the piece of paper in half, throw away or burn those unwanted, non-serving, devaluing energies or energy from your experience, and then make a choice to focus your energy on that wanted side. That should make you feel a little bit more excited. That should make you feel a little bit more motivated. Just remember, you don't wake up and just be motivated. Something needs to inspire you to be motivated. And I'm hoping to God right now that it's your desire to change and to attract better and to, you know, be able to get the money and the resources and the love that you absolutely deserve. Hopefully that's your force at the moment, more so about everything else that's going wrong. And go into your mind and say, what's a new thought I can think that can get me into alignment with that? What's a new inspired action that I can do that's going to get me closer to that? Soothe yourself along the way and don't feel like you're going to have it tomorrow or next week. Hey, if you line up your thoughts and emotions, you fucking can. That's the juicy part. When you start really doing this as a lifestyle, that's the possibility. But a lot of you who I'm talking to aren't quite there yet. But yeah, and start making that your focus. If your focus is to move into a new home and, you know, what does it look like to you? Start creating a vision board that the first thing you see when you wake up, you'll understand in the course of a week or two that your desire and your dream and what you want feels so much more better than holding on to the shit and the driftwood and whatever is not serving you, all that karmic stuff. This is really important right now, guys, because over the course of the next few weeks, a lot of you are jumping timelines and you don't want to take that old version of self, you know, with you in this new timeline. You don't want to keep dragging people along with you like deadwood, you know what I mean? They're either up to speed with you or they're not. And if they're not, that's okay. Lovingly release them. Wish them the best. Send them love. Ask Spirit to send them all the resources and people and places and things that they need. It's not your responsibility right now to feather the nest of other people. It's not your responsibility right now to be other people's choices and options. Get yourself off their fucking roster. Jump into your own roster. Set yourself up some daily non-negotiables. I'm going to try not to put too much on your plate right now. I will walk you through this when we start next Monday. But at least start preparing and pre-paving your energy for this change that's coming in for you. We want it for you. Everybody deserves it. The universe is unlimited. You can be, do, have whatever you set your mind to. It's coming in for you. No ifs, no buts, but we are encouraging you to be a willing participant, to want to heal, to want to shift your reality, to stop beating the drum of how it is and how it's been and using the world and everything in your past, all the people, all the places, all the things, all that is your excuse as to why you can't move forward. The end. Anyway, Frisky Dan's back. Frisky Dan's back. She's got a groove back. She's got a balls back. Once again, you guys, take it easy on yourself. I will be back with more leading up to next week. If you do want to join, just make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I will be opening up the Manifest Your Desired Life, A Sensual Odyssey. There's going to be things in there that you guys aren't even going to expect, man. The little devil side of Dan's going to be in there. The little devil side of Dan. Oh, mate, you're going to be shocked. But anyway, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until my beautiful community members get hurt. And that's when I step in and, yeah. Anyway. All right, guys, I love you. And I'll be back soon with something. Have a great afternoon. Bye.